Hey there, so today we are in Leviticus Chapter 15, and this chapter is about discharges that cause uncleanliness. So the Lord was speaking to Moses and Aaron, and he was giving them instructions for the children of Israel, and he was actually saying about discharges, that when a man has an unusual bodily discharge, such a discharge is unclean. He also talked about the emission of semen, that the man will also be unclean. Now, when it comes to this, it was affecting almost everybody, right? So he was now saying that any bed where this man will lie will be unclean. Anyone who touches his bed or his clothes will also be unclean. Whoever touches the man, whoever the man spits on will also be unclean. Anything he was riding on, maybe it was a bicycle, it was a donkey, it was whatever, will also be unclean. Anywhere he sits, anything he touches without raising his hands, if he touches you without raising his hands, you also become unclean. And everything or every person that was transferred of this uncleanliness was supposed to wash their clothes and then bath with water. And if he touched, for example, a clay pot, that clay pot had to be broken, right? So when this man who's unclean with this discharge realizes that he's unclean and he's cleansed from his discharge, then he was to count 7 days after that for a ceremonial cleansing. And in that, he had to wash his clothes, bath himself with fresh water, and then on the 8th day, get 2 young doves or 2 young pigeons, and one would be used as a sin offering, the other one would be used as a burnt offering, and he would have to take them to the priest, right? Now, this same procedure was to be done with a woman who was on her period. So if you touched a woman, if the woman touched you, if she sat on something, the bed she sat on, anything that came into contact with an unclean person was also considered unclean. Now, this is not to say that, emissions like semen or period, then you are sinful or you are dirty. That's not the case, okay? And I think I clarified this in the previous chapters that we were doing, that it's not the case that it means that you are unclean, and I will explain in the next audio. Okay, so one of the things that we actually see in verse 18 is that when a man has sexual relations with a woman and there's an emission of semen, both of them must bath with water and then they will be clean till evening. Now, the same thing was also talked about where a woman is on her period and then a man had sexual relations with her. Now, I want to make mention that this was not implying that sex is disgusting or it's dirty or it's unclean, because God is the one who actually created sex. And he created it, number one, for the enjoyment of married couples. Underline married, underline it well. Enjoyment of married couples, the continuation of the human race, and of course, the preservation of the covenant. So everything that we see when God is talking about uncleanliness, and God is talking about these regulations, that we are supposed to be doing everything to, in view of God's love and in view of his ultimate authority. And God was the one who ultimately created sex, and he was ultimately in charge. Now, when we look at how sex is done in our generation, there is no honor of God, no honor of his covenant, and no honor of why he created it in the first place, right? It's been degraded. It's no longer even a private thing. You can literally type on your phone right now and you will find something sexual. You will find something lustful. You will see people having sex or people talking sexually, right? It's been so degraded. But as children of God, we are called to a high regard of this thing called sex, a very high regard. And that's why you cannot do it outside the confines of marriage. You cannot do it outside the walls of how God created it to be. Because number one, all these regulations, remember, were also for the physical health of these people. That's why he told them, you bath with water and you wash your clothes to symbolize physical cleanliness and physical purity. But at the same time, he was also calling, to a spiritual cleansing, a spiritual kind of purity. And really, This gift called sex needs to be regarded very highly. We need to show our deepest gratitude, even by how we use it. Okay, that's the only way you will show your gratitude over a gift. How you use it. If you abuse it, you weren't really grateful. If you misuse it, you didn't really know the purpose. But if you use it well, under the law, under the confines of how he put it, under the regulations, you are showing gratitude, proper gratitude. That's how it's expressed. So it's very important that we realize that. I also want to make mention, right? Because I think that this time human beings have separated the physical from the spirituality. People think that, well, it's just a physical act. There are no spiritual consequences, or there's nothing spiritual about it, right? Now, I want us to realize that there's an inseparable intertwining between your physical and your spiritual life, right? And that's why God was so concerned about everything, including our private lives. He was so concerned about it. Like, how are these people acknowledging their relationship with me, even in their sexuality? How are they acknowledging their relationship with me in how they are keeping themselves clean? How are they acknowledging their relationship with me in how they are relating with each other? He was so concerned. And a lot of people want to say, no, there's no effect. It's just a physical act. That's why some people don't believe in soul ties. Some people don't believe that they are demons or evil spirits that are transferred through penetration and through that contact of blood. People don't believe that. But I want to put it to you like this, very simply. Your body, your soul, and your spirit merge when it comes to this act called sex. That is why even the product of sex is body, soul, and spirit, right? If it was only your physical body that is affected during sex, perhaps the product would have only been this chima body, flesh child. But remember, when a baby is born, they are also born with a soul, with a spirit, and with a body. That goes to show you that these three segments of a human being came into contact to produce something of like kind. So it's not just the physical body that is merging, right? There's soul merging, there's also spirit merging. And that's why God, with his wisdom, confined this kind of merging, the highest level of intimacy, for married people only. Because imagine becoming one and becoming merged like that with so many people and with somebody who's not your life partner. First of all, it's just physically unhealthy, right? But then look at your spiritual life as well. And any person who I have encountered, who's crossed the boundary of God will tell you that, okay, in the moment it is pleasurable, but after that your spirit will feel it, your soul will feel it. And anybody who say no, you're ignorant, you're ignoring the effects that are happening, and you've chosen to just say, well, whatever the case, we've already done it, we've already broken the boundaries, what else, what's the worst thing that can happen? But deep down there's an emptiness, there's something robbed of you, because you have crossed the boundary, you have trespassed, right, beyond God's confines of what he wants you to do. And so I just wanted to implore us today that anything that we're doing, privately, publicly, we should do all to the glory of the Lord. Amen.